Good news, everyone! I decided to set the camera at a different angle and grow some facial hair to make myself look more different. Okay, so today's episode was called Designated Hero, and it starts with Eggman breaking into a toy factory. The plan is that he's trying to steal all of the fun things to turn everybody into depressed husks so that they can go to his amusement park. Dr. Eggman does have a penchant for amusement parks, so I can actually see the logic of this. So Sonic and his friends, of course, show up to beat him up. Working together, they easily defeat him and his army of Ballbots. There's actually an adorable little scene with Sticks jumping rope, and then she ties all the jump ropes into a net which she uses to catch them all. And Tails attempts to use a baseball bat to hit the Ballbots and strikes out. In frustration, he throws the bat down and takes out his BFG to shoot some capture foam, trapping Dr. Eggman in some big white blocks. Then Eggman says that the only reason that they won so easily is because they take him 5-on-1, and that they wouldn't really be able to beat him in one-on-one fights. So, in the interest of fairness, everybody agrees to fight Dr. Eggman one-on-one in his next attack. Of course, oh, and by the way, during this whole time, Cubot and Orbot are sitting at a desk giving commentary, like it's a sporting event. Alright, so the episode continues on with the whole one-on-one thing. When Amy goes to confront Dr. Eggman, he says that he could use her hammer to crush cans for his recycling projects, because he uses them to make, toys for needy children robots. And, Amy and her weakness for charities, after all, she did win that Most Selfless award. She is selfishly selfless. So she gives Eggman her hammer. Then he confronts Sticks and says that he's been monitoring alien signals. And and Sticks is like, aliens, I knew it! So he says that they're tracking the frequency of the squeaking of her shoes. So if he could get her shoes, then he would be able to sneak back to the village and contact everyone without being tracked down. So Sticks gives him her boots, and I really wished that they had panned down a little bit so we could have seen her bare feet, because I know there's still an argument of whether Sonic characters have toes or not. Because that's a thing. Like, some say that the style has no toes. Like it would have been really nice to see if the Sonic Boom style could be confirmed to show whether characters have toes or not. But, that's just me. Let's see. When Dr. Eggman confronts Tails, Tails says that he has some he has some really complicated device name, and he has a hard time taking the tarp down, but when he takes it down, it's a really cool looking cannon thing. And he says that it uses the water vapor in the air to form an indestructible force field which prevents escape. He says the humidity molecules, but come on, it's water vapor. That's not humidity molecules. What's wrong with you? So Dr. Eggman says that he would like to see how it works, and Tails says that it works on brain power. All you gotta do is put on the control helmet and say something smart. So Eggman puts on the control helmet and says, complimenting somebody is a great way to lower their guard. And it shoots the force field at Tails, freezing him in place. That's when Knuckles comes in, says that he's gonna even the score a bit by beating Eggman. And Eggman says, hey, don't you remember? In the interest of fairness, we fight one-on-one. So they just kind of stand there for a few minutes staring at each other until there's the buzzer. So Dr. Eggman releases Tails from the force field so he can walk up to the punching clock and punch out so Knuckles can punch in. So Knuckles is ready to confront Eggman. He says, are you just going to fight me? Shouldn't you limber up to avoid cramps? So, oh yeah, you're right. So he starts doing stretching exercises, and Dr. Eggman prompts him to do jumping jacks, sit-ups, leg lifts, taking a piece of sheet metal and folding it into a giant paper airplane, digging a hole, and he digs a hole, and he's like, thanks. How do I get out of this hole? Oh, just keep digging. You'll reach the other side eventually. You haven't steered me wrong yet. So he just keeps digging, and then Dr. Eggman's like, and that's losers 4. So at Mayburger, Sonic is laughing at everybody for getting defeated so easily, and Tails like, but Knuckles' shift is still on. Maybe he has a chance. And then Knuckles digs his way up from underground, like, oh hey guys, like, no. So the heroes all being easily defeated. Of course, Sonic decides to smug it up, saying like, oh, it looks like it's gonna be up to me to do the whole hero thing, and ha ha ha, ba-da-ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-da. And you know how Sonic is just this big egotistical guy. That's the thing that's remained constant. Sonic is an egomaniacal crazy guy if you give him a chance. So Sonic is sitting on the patrol, waiting for Eggman to attack. And he's just kind of waiting, and he starts having a tea party with some dolls he made out of rocks. And that's when everyone else confronts him, and he's like, Eggman hasn't even shown up yet. He's too scared to face me. So someone was like, all right, fine. We're gonna go to the beach. Why don't you take over the shift and wait for Eggman to attack? And he's like, oh sure, I could use a nap. So everyone leaves. Sonic by himself, and he takes a nap. And that's when Dr. Eggman comes, and Sonic wakes up like, Eggman! So he gets ready to fight, but Eggman has this big machine, which throws a cage that Sticks built on top of Sonic. Oh, by the way, Dr. Eggman, when Dr. Eggman was talking about the aliens, Sticks said, I got a thing for that! And she pulls a lever which makes the cage fall from a tree. So, yeah, he took that cage. So, it turns out that Dr. Eggman has built himself this big platform thing using all the stuff that he tricked everyone into taking, and he drops Sticks' cage onto Sonic, and then uses Tails' force field generator to make it indestructible so Sonic can't break out of it. So Sonic's in the cage, and it was like, oh, look who got defeated by Eggman just as easily as everyone else. And so Cuba and Norbot doing their commentary is like, so Eggman has managed to outsmart everybody. You forget that he's a doctor. I'm like, yeah, he's Dr. Eggman, evil genius. One-on-one, he actually is smarter and more capable than everyone else. So yes, even Tails, who it has been argued that Tails has a higher IQ than Dr. Eggman, but you gotta remember he's a lot younger and more naive, so it's easy for Eggman to trick him. So they decide that they'll stay with the whole fighting one-on-one thing by tagging out. So everybody goes up to do their thing, but they tag out so that it's only ever one person fighting Eggman at a time. So when Sticks decides to go up first, Eggman sends out a robotized version of Amy's hammer to go after her. But Sticks tags out with Amy, and who manages to confront the robot and get her hammer back. When Dr. Eggman sends a giant metal paper airplane to impale Amy onto a cliff face by pinning her skirt, she tags out with Knuckles, who burrows and gets the control helmet back from Dr. Eggman and gives it to Tails. And Tails, he puts the helmet onto Knuckles, who told him to say the first thing that pops into his head. And when Knuckles says something stupid, it causes the force field that was trapping Sonic to shut down, so he can break out of the cage. So Sonic, broken out of the cage, he, they fight, they just kind of, he breaks the cage and causes all the sticks and stuff to fall over Eggman, forming a cage around him. And everyone's like, even though we had to fight one-on-one, we were still able to work together. And Sonic is like, yeah, but I'm the one who put him in the cage. And so the scene ends with Sonic being stuck in the cage with Eggman, and they use the force field on it so it's indestructible. So he's trapped. Hey guys, you trapped me inside with Eggman by accident. And everybody walks away, and Eggman's like, well, let's make the best of this. 1,000 bottles of liquid nitrogen on the wall. 1,000 bottles of liquid nitrogen. And Sonic is stuck in a cage with Eggman being annoying. Okay, a lot of times I see older Looney Tunes stuff in Sonic Boom. And in this case, I'm seeing the Sam and Ralph shorts. Sam and Ralph were a sheepdog and a coyote. They would show up to work one day, they'd be very cordial to each other, morning Sam, morning Ralph. They would punch in their clocks, and then they would do their jobs. Their jobs, of course, being where Sam, the dog, the sheepdog, he guards a herd of sheep, and Ralph, the coyote, who's supposed to be a cousin of Wile E. Coyote, I think it's mentioned, he would try to steal the sheep so he could eat them, because he's a coyote. And we would see every time Ralph would try to take a sheep, Sam would catch him and beat him up pretty brutally. But then, when they had to punch out for lunch, if in the middle of a beating, they'd stop, go to the punch-out clock, punch out, have their lunch. Sometimes they'd even eat together and make small talk, and then they'd punch back in and go back to the thing. Like, when they're on the clock, they are mortal enemies who will do anything possible to murder and or beat the crap out of each other. When they're not on the clock, they're like friends. And that is totally the vibe I'm getting from this episode, especially the part where Tails and Knuckles actually went up to a punching clock. So, yeah, the whole Sonic Boom is basically a Looney Tunes for Sonic. That's kind of what this is, isn't it? Selling in... There are plenty of nice action beats we get to see, and it's nice to see Dr. Eggman actually succeed at something because using his attributes, like he is smarter and because of his advanced age. I mean, the Sonic crew are a bunch of teenagers, and Dr. Eggman, even if this version of Eggman is younger than the Eggman from the proper Sonic universe, he's still significantly older than everybody else, and wiser. So this is actually a pretty good episode to show Eggman using his talents to get one over on the Sonic crew. I approve wholeheartedly. So yeah, I mean, if you like those old Looney Tunes shorts, especially the whole Sam and Ralph bits, then you're gonna like this episode too. So yeah, that's all well and good. I guess that's about everything I had to say about this episode. So I'll see you guys again next week.